African sovereigns have been asked to collaborate and work together, create partnerships towards an effective capacity development in their debts and budget management processes. And that was part of the discussions between country delegates at the just concluded Debt Management Forum for Africa initiative of the EFDB group. Let us listen to what the current realities and strategies are around the key issues from South Sudan, Liberia, and from the International Monetary Fund.
Came up with a bright idea of writing a book, a collaborative book on understanding sovereign debt, options and opportunity for Africa. And if you have a copy of that book, most of the things that have been discussed over the last 2 days were extensively covered in that book. It serves as a source of sustainability of capacity, because once you have the book as a debt manager, it gives you a guide as to how to manage a debt office. And I think we need initiatives like this, where manual for sustainability of debt can be produced by international partners through cooperations like this. We've taken part in co-authoring the book, but I think it's something that we need to cover much areas of debt. We need such books to cover issues of disbursement, on lending and guarantee issues, debt recording issues, other aspects of debt analysis, including risk management. So I think that if partners can meet like this and produce those kind of books, I think it will help in sustaining a capacity of debt management in Africa.
Our recent emerging from a small unit into a department, we have very limited staff numbers actually to execute other duties. Our staff in all, we are just currently 14 in numbers, but we hope to expand this further. We have also challenges that we are facing as a debt management department. We have limited capacity of our staff in executing the duties. We are also faced with the legal framework, which we are still tracking hold of it through our partners. We also have difficulties in accessing other loans which were contracted prior to the constitution of the debt management department as an institution. So to make matters simple, we are tracking hold of this via actually circular served to the partners, those who have contracted the loans, or any other creditors that we have had that they have actually loans that were contracted by the government. We follow through our senior managers. They serve them with the notice such that we are able to collect these loans and put them in our database.
We were fighting first as a country to ensure that we benchmark our debt sustainability around ECOWAS model. But it came a time that the president of Liberia, the former president, decided, okay, we need to have a technical support, and we went directly to the IMF. For the IMF, we went to the World Bank, and currently, this administration decided that we need to have a model that will be used, and currently we are using the Meridian model, and through the support of our partners. One thing we're doing now is that the AFDB provides support, technical support, and we have experts who come and train our debt managers and staff. And on this note, just recently, we also been approved for financial support aid to see how best we can build our staff capacity. And what we are designing and we are asking the AFDB to do now is to do long-term capacity. In terms of short-term training, weekday training, we are saying no. We want to have our own experts as they go through the Meridian study to be certificated to become a vibrant staff that will be maintained and sustained on the job. Besides that, one of the things we'll look at is that we look at two-pronged approach. We look at a bilateral connection. That is to say, there are some countries that are doing better, and we build relationship with this country to see how best we can learn from them. And therefore, that requires us using, a field study to go for a field trip and learn hands-on experience with this country. And then from there, we have the multilateral approach. And the multilateral approach is to look at the AFDB, the World Bank, and the IMF to see how best they can provide technical support to our debt management unit. In this partnership, in fact, we are also working with the United Nations team in country as well to help, meaning that we're not just going to be dependent on one source. What happened there is that we are encouraging, besides the capacity building, in fact, we're also encouraging how we do multilateral support in terms of financing itself.
Really reinforcing the analytical capacity of countries, right? So it goes beyond just being able to run the DSA, right? In many countries, including this particular country, budgetary processes are just not efficient. You know, the forecast that you will see from some of authorities in Africa, sometimes those forecasts are excessively optimistic, and that leads exposed to forecast errors that then increase either you know, the debt burden of the country because you just have surprises down the road, but also, you know, tremendous cuts into public investment, which also is detrimental to long-term growth. So the analytical capacity goes beyond just the training, how to run the DSA, is the entire budgetary process, including budgetary forecast, making sure that those are a little bit more conservative at times, but also just more credible. Another point is really on the domestic debt market. In many, many countries, including in Central Africa, this has been a new phenomenon, huge increase in domestic debt by countries, issuances, which is good. This is financial deepening. This is something that we want to see. But at the same time, for many, many countries, that appetite has also led to a reduced, you know, revenue mobilization effort, or maybe just a debt overhang, right? So avoiding the hangover will be very, very important. And this is, to us, a very, very important risk going forward for many African countries.